It all started with a sickening lie. My wife, Karen, using our daughter Paula's house as a secret love nest for 6 months, an affair Paula willingly enabled. I was driving 3 hours to surprise them for Paula's 30th birthday, an antique sewing machine in the truck, only to be stopped by our neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, who was screaming that I shouldn't go inside. Standing in her living room, I called 911 on my own wife, watching the police arrive as my 31-year marriage exploded into a million pieces. The ultimate humiliation came when the police called Paula. She confirmed that she knew and had given them permission, explaining that her mother deserved to be happy. That single line, my daughter justifying her mother's betrayal, destroyed me more than the affair itself. I drove home, changed the locks on the house, which was my separate property, and boxed up Karen's things. When she and Paula arrived, tears streaming down their faces, I just stood back and watched them load the boxes. I didn't owe them pity. I owed them consequences. The following months were a brutal legal war. I hired a sharp lawyer, Michael, and filed for divorce. We subpoenaed records, found evidence of Karen wasting marital assets on her lover, Greg, and deposed Paula, who, even under oath, tried to defend her choice to lie to me. Mediation failed because I refused to reward Karen's infidelity. I stood firm on limiting alimony and keeping my house, refusing to be painted as the vengeful husband, when in truth, I was simply protecting what was left. The legal battle finally ended 2 weeks before trial when Karen caved, accepting a settlement that minimized my exposure. I was free, but hollow. I sold the house, moved into a sterile condo, and tried to rebuild a life free of ghosts. My relationship with Paula ended entirely. I blocked her, unwilling to tolerate contact from someone who had betrayed me so fundamentally. 2 years after the divorce, the past reached out again. Paula emailed, not with an apology, but with a desperate plea. My 2-year-old granddaughter, Sophia, had leukemia and needed a bone marrow transplant. Brandon and Paula weren't matches. I was the only hope. I grappled with the rage and the desire for revenge, but a small, sick child hadn't wronged me. I agreed to the donation, doing it solely for Sophia. The marrow transplant was successful. My brief, tense time at the hospital led to a painful, necessary confrontation with Paula. She finally acknowledged that helping Karen was selfish and wrong. I told her I couldn't forgive her, maybe ever, but I could be present for Sophia. This uneasy truce allowed me to start building a connection with my granddaughter. For years post-divorce, I met Catherine, a woman who earned my trust slowly, patiently, helping me realize I couldn't punish new people for Karen's mistakes. We married, building a life founded on honesty. My revenge wasn't Karen's public suffering. It was my demonstration of resilience, building a better life while they were left to grapple with the consequences of their lies. 10 years later, sitting beside Catherine, I realized that the man who called the police on his own wife was gone, replaced by someone wiser who understood that surviving and rebuilding a life of truth was the most profound victory of all. Genuinely asking, why do people get married at these no-fault states? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Share your thoughts about this story in the comments.